Forest Hill is working in 5 countries in Africa, and Senegal is probably one of the more prominent ones, and it's really a couple of good reasons. One is it's pretty easy to get to.
It's the westernmost tip of Africa. You look at the, Africa as a 7, it's on the absolute far left side. And it's 95% Muslim, about 5% Christian. But Christianity definitely is growing pretty substantially.
There's 30 people groups, I think, that make up the Senegalese population. Wolof is the largest, Serer is another one, and that's the tribe that our village actually is Serer.
For the official language, it's French, because it was colonized by the French. And so that's why, at least in the city and everything like that, everybody speaks French. And when you get farther into the bush, you start to speak the tribal languages. And the main tribal language over there is Wolof.
Just miles from each other, the Wolof people who are very resistant to the gospel, the Serer people who are pretty open to it. On the backside of that is almost like a race between Christianity and Islam as it begins to further deepen its roots. And if the Taliban has begun to come in, and they're very upset with the brotherhood of Muslims that's currently in the bush, that they're not staying strict enough to the Quran. And so they are basically having all of those people convert to true Islam. They're buying up any church buildings and then raising them and putting a mosque on top of it. They also do some physical meeting of needs of the people, whereas the current brand of Islam that's there is they're a little lackadaisical on meeting physical needs of the people.
It's a very stable democracy, but there definitely are some issues there in terms of the Muslim faith that do translate down to the whole country, and especially the economy. And most specifically, one of those things is the Taliban kids. Their parents send them away to a marabout, who is basically a Muslim leader or person of knowledge. So they just teach them to memorize the Quran. And that's basically what their job is. And then they also go out and beg for money, of which that money pretty much comes back mostly to the marabout. The conditions that they live in are deplorable. I mean, you're talking about, probably literally maybe a 10 by 10 floor that these kids have with maybe a roof on it. And there's 6 or 7 of them trying to squeeze into there every single night.
This new wave of the Taliban and a stricter Muslim presence coming in, they see that if they meet water needs, if they meet medical needs, if they meet food needs, that people are going to be more likely to embrace their brand. And so there's a very strong sense of we need to be going to this place where the battle line is clearly drawn. Many places in Africa right now have such a strong, strict Muslim stronghold, I guess, there, that Senegal seems like one that it hadn't been decided which way it's going to go. So we felt like that was an entry point for us as a church to really do some work there and kind of fighting the spread of Islam.